Good day, everyone. My name is Kayla, and I'm a content producer at Leader Associates. And welcome to the Connecting Hydrogen APAC interview channel. And delegated to be joined today by Mr. Samuel McSkimming, Chief Executive Officer of Pilbara Ports Authority. Mr. Sam, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and to start off, could you briefly introduce your role and share how Pilbara Ports is contributing to the development of clean fuel infrastructure in Western Australia?
Sure. So I'm the Chief Executive of the Pilbara Ports Authority. It's the largest bulk export port authority in the world, and trade from our ports accounts for about 50% of the world's trade in seaborne iron ore. So we're a major contributor and part of the global steelmaking industry. Our ports are also producers of natural gas, as well as other commodities such as spodumene, which turns into lithium for the use of batteries, salt, manganese, and ammonia.
Thank you for sharing. And as we all know, Pilbara Ports is developing limestone plant to support the export of battery metals and the import of renewable energy infrastructure. Could you share more about this new multi-user facility and its role in enabling the clean energy transition?
Sure. So Lumsden Point is the largest single generational investment in Port Hedland in decades. It involves the construction of 2 new berths for general freight. The last time a general cargo berth was built in Port Hedland was the early 1990s, so it's been about 30 years since an investment of this type has been made. The importance of Lumsden Point is that we know that decarbonisation will put significant demands on our ports in 2 ways. One is that new trades in new commodities will need to commence, particularly in battery metals, which is forecast to grow considerably over the next few decades. The other way it will put a requirement on our port is that we know that all of the things that we need to enable the transition, such as wind turbines, solar panels, modules for ammonia and hydrogen production, electrolyzers, will all need port capacity to be brought into Australia. And so what we're doing is we're building the capacity for those new industries to be developed and facilitated over the next decade.
Yeah, thank you. And with such an ambitious vision, infrastructure planning is key. So what are the main infrastructure priorities as Lumsden Point to support both current and future clean energy projects?
Yeah, so one of the wonderful things about port investments is they're very facilitative. So the way we think about them is that they're generational investments. Think of a place like Lumsden Port as essentially a blank canvas. It has about 1.8 square kilometres of new space for new industries to develop. And the other thing that's really important about port investments is that they connect to and are linked to industrial land. And so the West Australian government has developed something called strategic industrial areas, and it's supporting them under its Made in WA policy with significant government investment as well. Those sites, together with their interconnection into sites like Lumsden Point, are great places for new green energy industries to develop.
Thank you for detailed sharing. And what's more, Pilbara Ports Authority recently launched the Pilbara Clean Fuels Bunkering Hub roadmap. How does this initiative align with the global push toward low emission shipping, and what are the key priorities driving it forward?
We're very excited about the potential for the Pilbara as an epicentre for maritime decarbonisation. We think the Pilbara is the natural beachhead for the decarbonisation of shipping for a few varieties. It's experienced with industrial materials and handling, has a large industrial base, it has high quality counterparts in miners, and it offers a stable and predictable investment climate for those looking to invest in these types of next generation vessels. The Pilbara Clean Fuel Bunkering Hub is really a collaborative effort across a number of major parties, from suppliers like Yarra to consumers such as BHP, Fortescue and Rio Tinto, as well as those who are looking to transition their organisations such as Chevron and Woodside and be part of that clean energy future. So it's very collaborative. And what it's aiming to do is really create a regulatory, commercial and operational environment in which investment in bunkering infrastructure and maritime decarbonisation is promoted and encouraged.
Yeah, following your sharing and to bring this roadmap to life, collaboration will be essential. So, how is Pilbara Ports working with clean fuels producer, shipping operators, and both regional and global stakeholders to build a viable low-emission fuels ecosystem?
Well, one of the things about the Pilbara is that everything flows to and from the ports. The Pilbara is essentially a maritime economy. Everything that comes out of the Pilbara goes through our ports, and most things that come into the Pilbara do as well. And what that means is the Pilbara Ports is uniquely positioned to facilitate and incentivise the types of collaboration that will be so essential to the green energy revolution. So we really see ourselves as something of the matchmaker, the middleman, an opportunity to really bring together suppliers and consumers of maritime fuel and facilitate the types of relationships that will support the decarbonisation of the iron-making, steel-making corridor from Western Australia into Northern Asia.
Yeah, thank you for this sharing. And finally, looking ahead, what does success look like for Pilbara Ports in shaping clean fuels infrastructure and position the Pilbara as a global gateway for the energy transition?
Well, we are very ambitious and we want to set big goals. And so for us, success looks like two things. We would like, firstly, the Pilbara to be a world leader in the production of clean, green fuels. We think the Pilbara is a great place for it. It has ample renewable energy assets available to it, lots of wind, lots of solar. It has an experienced workforce and an enabling industrial base, all of which we think set the Pilbara up well to be an epicentre and global leader for the production of clean fuels. We would also like, ultimately, for 100% of the bulk carriers that come from the Pilbara and which flow from Western Australia into Northern Asia to support steelmaking to be running on cleaner fuels. We know that steelmaking, if it were a country, would be the third largest emitter of carbon emissions globally, ahead of even the European Union and behind only China and the United States. So steelmaking is a huge contributor to carbon emissions globally, and we would like, as part of that supply chain, to play our part in seeing it decarbonise for future generations.
Thank you, Mr. Sen, for sharing your insights and to give us a deeper look into Pilbara Ports' role in enabling Australia's clean energy future. And we look forward to seeing Lumsden Pine and the Clean Fuels Bunkering Hub take shape and help drive the global low-emission economy.
My pleasure. Thanks for
Thank you, Mr. Sen.